Hey YouTube, it's Weird Paul. I went to the flea market recently. I was there for hours, but sadly I didn't find a single thing that I wanted to buy. As I was leaving, I noticed something. The people there that had been trying to sell their stuff all day were starting to get ready to leave too. And some of those people were leaving behind things that they didn't sell and didn't want to take back home with them. Flea market discards. So, let's check out what I got for absolutely free at the flea market. The first thing that I picked up was this box of vintage slides. There are over 500 slides in here. As soon as I get a slide projector, we're going to have a slide viewing party. Next, I grabbed this 1983 Time magazine game. This game has over 8,000 questions that span the 1920s through the 1980s. Within the 24 hours after I got this game, I saw it for sale at 2 different thrift stores. One seller had left behind a whole box of VHS tapes. There was nothing good, just copies of Titanic and stuff. One that I grabbed for a laugh was this 1992 Professional Routing Secrets tape.
Stick around. I guarantee that in the next half hour, you're going to pick up a few router tips. Maybe even a few you haven't seen before.
If you like your router, you are going to love this video. Ooh, how kinky. Also this 1987 Bodies in Motion 2 Aerobics Extravaganza. Woohoo! Even the dolphins are getting fit. Garth Brooks concert in Ireland. Something told me that I should take this tape. I'm glad I did. It's footage someone filmed in 1994 of some cars exploding at a truck show. Let's see, I also got a square candle, a box of vintage Post-it note cards, and a Babette shoebox. This will be handy for storing something. Whoa, it's a 1980 issue of Future Farmer magazine. Informative articles like China, its people and its agriculture, and Dance a Jig for Crappies! I got a couple of great puzzles that I'm looking forward to doing someday. This 1983 Remember When puzzle, colorful gumballs. And this marbles puzzle, doesn't look too hard. Probably the coolest thing that I found left behind at the flea market was this vintage Mickey Mouse oversized wristwatch wall clock. From what I can tell, it's from the late 60s or early 70s. It runs on electricity, and it still works. I wonder if I could use this as a belt. That's enough of that. Let's see what else I got. I saved this bright, colorful rainbow tracing pad. It's basically just colored onion skin paper, but it is from 1932. I also scored this vintage late 60s or early 70s glass Dristan medicine bottle. Here's a glass from September of 1970, commemorating the annual Harvest Jubilee in Avonmore, PA. And also discarded was this Flintstones pre-dawn mug that was given away by McDonald's to promote the movie in 1994. I also found some old newspapers, the Youngstown Vindicator, from different years. Here's one from 1992. The headline is that President Bush collapses at dinner. Going back a little further, I have one from January of 1984. Here's an ad for a store that I used to buy VHS tapes at, the appliance store. They had console TVs for $500 and VCRs for $400. And going back even further, we have a paper from Christmas Day in 1968. Poland to remain a red state. Castro holds grip on Cuba for a decade. Indict man for stealing 180 books from library. And there was a giant sale on Playtex girdles. I was pretty excited to find all that stuff. And just as I was finally leaving, I spied 2 binders. This one is basically a time capsule of June and July of 2005. It's full of articles, magazines, newspapers, coupons, even the back of a cereal box. There's even some drawings in it that were done by kids. Someone spent a lot of time on this, and there's no reason it should end up in the trash. The second binder is nothing but newspaper comic strips from around 2001 that were all cut out and glued onto the pages. Pretty much every comic you can name that was in the paper is in here. There are thousands of strips in here. This would make for some good entertainment on a cold winter's day. It's strange how I went from getting nothing at the flea market to coming home with all of this stuff, and I didn't even pay a cent for it. I hope that you enjoyed seeing the flea market discards today. If you did, don't forget to click on the like button down below. I'll see you soon with more memories. Thanks, YouTube.